Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin. Alright, so in yesterday's video, we were watching this downtrend right here. We had resistance, resistance, resistance. I was saying if we could break this downtrend going to the upside, I think we were testing it right here. And we actually did break through it, or I was looking at this uptrend too. We did break through it, but we got rejected and came back down right away. That didn't last very long. So yeah, we were in this downtrend, and I was saying if we continue going down, I'm gonna be looking at .248. I didn't trade off that like I was talking about in yesterday's video. There was a couple different signals that it was gonna go down. We had this uptrend, support, support, support. We had an uptrend going like that. We broke that downtrend. We broke that uptrend going to the downside right here. Going to the downside, that was like one signal. The other signal was we got this high right here, and then we got a high right here, lower highs. That's when I first started to get my suspicions. And then this kind of confirmed that. And then we had another one, something like this, where we had support, support, support. We broke that one going to the downside. That was another signal that we were going to continue to head down. Right here, we broke down. So yeah, like I was saying, if we continue to go down, this would be my next spot. I wish I would have traded it, but I didn't. It's okay. I'm trying to accumulate right now, so it's all good. We are at the 61% level now. So yeah, I mean it is a point of where I don't know, a good spot, should I say. All right, so yeah, we're still in the downtrend. Until we break that downtrend going to the upside, then it's possible that we continue to head down. There's a couple other things. Let's see. I would probably adjust this trend line, maybe something like this now, since we got this little pop right here, or we popped out right there. Let's go ahead and readjust this, something like that. Just changed a little bit. So now we're still in a downtrend, but if we break that going to the upside, then we could start getting a little more bullish. Maybe we can do something like go sideways and then pop up, but I'm not sure. The daily time frame doesn't look that great in my opinion either. I think if we break this one decisively going to the downside, there's a couple of different things I'd be looking at. The next Fibonacci retracement level is .185. I'm not sure about that level. Like I have a limit order. I have a limit order down here just in case it does. I've had it for a while. It's very small though. It's a pretty small limit order. Um, I have one down here just in case, but I'm not super confident on that quite yet. But if we break this Fibonacci retracement level at .248 going to the downside, then this could potentially be a spot to look at, in my opinion, .185. So let's see. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, let's go ahead and delete that real quick. I want to go to the daily time frame, and let's go ahead and zoom out. This is another little channel pattern that I've been looking at on the daily time frame. So we have resistance, resistance, support, support, support. That trend, both of these trend lines are kind of confirmed, I guess you could say, or I don't know, whatever. So we have this downtrend right here. We have downtrend right here. We're basically in this channel bouncing in between these two trend lines. Let's see what happens. I mean, technically we're trending down. We're getting lower lows, lower highs, going parallel. So it kind of looks like a channel pattern. Okay, so where am I going with that? So it looks like we're trending down right now. Maybe we could get support. Maybe if we come down, get support, like we might not go all the way down here. Maybe if we do something like this and then pop up, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is another kind of pattern that I'm looking at right now, and we are technically trending down where it's going to the downside. It is possible that we bounce on this trend line at some point and come back up and try to retest this one, something like that. So let's see. Let's check it out a little bit more. Something like that. Let's see. Do something like, I don't know, if we come down and maybe bounce like that. In general, we're gonna have to, like, let's say we do start finding support and bouncing, we're gonna have to deal with this trend line right here, meaning We have resistance, resistance. If we come up, we might see a resistance, something like that, and then get rejected. I think if we break through that, though, then we can probably target from the top to the bottom of the channel, something like that maybe, and then drag that to the breakout, which would take us back to the top. So I don't know. I mean, well, it's not it really would depend on where we'd break out. I mean, we could break out down here, or and we're not even guaranteed to go up right now, because when you look at the daily time frame, I mean, it's possible, but let's see. If when you look at the daily time frame, I talked about this in yesterday's video, and I've been talking about the 9 moving average for a while. Let's go ahead and let me show you that 9 moving average, this blue line right here. And I've been talking about how when we break below that 9 moving average right there, it's a lot of times we'll get resistance, boom, boom. Every time we're coming into that 9 moving average, we're getting resistance, getting rejected, and pushing us to the downside. We broke above the 9 moving average right here, boom. It's better to be above the 9 moving average than below it, just, simplified. Excuse me. So we broke above it right here, got support on it a couple days, and then broke right back through it, going to the downside. And yeah, so now we're below the 9 moving average on the daily time frame again. So that's not ideal. And like I talked about in yesterday's video, I like how I was curving like this as opposed to continuing to keep a curve like this. That's another kind of sign. I don't know, it's just from like watching these charts for so long. When like you'd rather see it do something like this as opposed to starting to kind of roll over and kind of die, I guess you could say. It like kind of rolls over. But we broke this one going to the downside. I'm tired. I do not want to go to work today. That's why you guys should subscribe and become a member. But I'm just kidding. All right, so we broke this 9 moving average going to the downside. It looks like we're holding support on the 180 moving average is another thing I noticed. So this is the blue line is the 9 moving average. The orange line is the 180 moving average. Look at where we're getting support, right on that 180 moving average. Let's see if we go hold support right here, but like I said, we broke that 9 moving average, so I don't know. I'm not going to be surprised if we go further down, honestly. Let's go look at the weekly time frame. This is another thing. Maybe if we can continue to go sideways, maybe something will hold support. And what I want to see happen, okay, so here's the 9 moving average on the weekly, that blue line, right? If we can go sideways for a while, then the 9 moving average will have a chance to come down a little bit more, and then we can break through it going sideways, as opposed to having to try to break through it. Because the price is way down here, the 9 moving average is way up here. It's going to be harder for us to kind of get the momentum to move up and then break through that, in my opinion, than if we went sideways, had the 9 moving average come catch up to us, and then break through it going sideways, going to the upside, or just going sideways, should I say. Like, let's say, whoops, what's going on here? Uh-oh. All right, there's a little glitch in the matrix just now. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, the 180 moving average. Let's see if we can hold support on that. I don't even know where I was at. Let's see. Where are we going with this? What else do we need to talk about? Let me look at it real quick. All right, the weekly time frame. I think we were talking about, right? Oh yeah. Okay. So what I want to see us do is maybe go sideways. Maybe stay in this area, bounce a little sideways, have the 9 moving average come down, then we can break through it going sideways. It'll make it easier for us to break that 9 moving average on the weekly time frame, because we switched to the weekly time frame. This is the weekly, which may mean that it might take more time, but yeah. If we go to the monthly, it looks like we're testing the 9 moving average over here too. We're actually still above the 9 moving average on the monthly, so we have this 9 moving average right here. Like I said, if we're above the 9 moving average, then that's good. If we break below it, then that's not so good. It does look like this one is kind of curling over a little bit too. Like I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but it kind of looks like it's starting to I don't know, instead of going like this, it looks kind of like it's kind of going like that. So That's why I'm like kind of a little more on the bearish side right now, especially since we broke that 9 moving average on the daily. I don't know. Let's see if we can find support on this level though, and just go sideways. That wouldn't be bad either, in my opinion. Or that would be good for the price. So the 4 hour time frame right now, let's take a look at this downtrend right here. It does look like we're holding support though. Like we came down to that Fibonacci retracement level and we got a bounce pretty much right at that level. If we zoom out, here's where I get those levels from, those Fibonacci retracement levels. We had this big huge run. We started kind of not pushing up or continuing to push up. I kind of was getting a little sketched out, saying, are we at the top? I was like, I might as well take some profits. Took them right here, somewhere around there. I think it was when we broke this trend line right here. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. Then, okay, so we have this big, huge run. Feel like we topped out. Then we got the Fibonacci retracement tool right here. Drag from the bottom of the run to the top of the run. That gives us those levels to watch as we move to the downside. If you took profits, boom, what I did was dollar cost average at these levels instead of just, I mean, it gives you like a place to kind of dollar cost average going to the downside. Where was I going with this? Okay, so these levels, they bounce, they act as support and resistance a lot of times. So like right here we got support, right here we got resistance. I've talked about this in my past couple videos, but I bought, sold, bought, sold, bought. Right here was a nice little run, actually. There was like a pretty good couple trades in there that because of the Fibonacci retracement levels, strictly because of the Fibonacci and trend lines. I mean, that was kind of the second signal. I mean, basically just using these Fibonacci retracement levels as targets though came in pretty handy. It's funny. All right, so we have this downtrend. Let's see if we can break it going to the upside. Let's see if we can hold support on this Fibonacci retracement level at .248 is one of my points that I'm trying to make right now. I think if we do break this though, and I talked about this even earlier, I think if we break this going to the downside, then I can get more confident on going to the next one. Basically, if we break these going down, I look at the next one. If we can hold support on it and start bouncing, like we have this downtrend, if we can hold support on it and then bounce to the upside, because ideally what would have happened is I would have traded this trend line right here, something like that. I would have been paying attention a little bit more. I wanted to give it a chance though. I thought it was gonna just pop back up and kind of be a fake out, but we got that lower high right there. That was the first signal, and then the second one was when we broke this one going to the downside. I should have probably took profits right here and went, put in a limit order back at this Fibonacci retracement level, and then hoped for a bounce when we got there. That would have been a nice trade. I mean, from here to that where we broke right here, maybe around 9-10%, somewhere around there. Let's say you didn't get it perfect. Like let's say you did it right here, around 9%, which is pretty decent. So I didn't do that though. I didn't really trade it. So yeah, let's see if we can break going to the upside. If we break this one going down, then I can get more confident on that limit order down here at .185. The name of the game right now for me is accumulating Dogecoin at cheap levels as possible, but we'll kind of see. Like I said, these Fibonacci retracement levels act as support and resistance, and it looks like we're holding support right now. Let's see if we can hold that support and then bounce to the upside, break that trend line, boom. Then we can start targeting .294 again. Like I said, if we hold support on these Fibonacci retracement levels and we start moving to the upside, I'm targeting the next one going up. And that's why I also didn't want to make a move right here, because we hadn't hit the target yet. If we would have came up, hit that target, then broke that trend line, I would have been all okay. I would have been like, okay, we hit the target, we're breaking the trend line, let's take some profits and put up the limit order again, just in case. But I didn't do that. So it's all good. I wouldn't have blamed you if you would have took profits right here, though. That's what I probably should have done that too. So I think that about does it, though. Look at that daily time frame channel pattern. It's kind of interesting, and we're breaking that 9 moving average on the daily. I don't know. It looks like more a little bit on the bearish side, in my opinion. I'm not, yeah, no advice, or not a financial advice or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. yeah, hopefully you guys are learning from these videos, and if you like it, hit subscribe and the thumbs up if you like the video. If you want to check out the last video, check it out right here, and if you're new to trading, check out this playlist right here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a great day. Peace.